Welcome back to another Kray video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss any videos. And for people really into the Krays, join our private Facebook group, Krays Crime Lords of London, where you will find stuff probably unavailable anywhere else. We're an established group with a large membership, and best of all, we're friendly. The link is in the YouTube description section.
Hello again and welcome back. We continue the story of our journey through the madness of the 1950s and 60s London gangster scene, when me and my brother Ron ran the East End and other parts of the capital with fear. I've seen many changes in the prison system over the years, and the most welcome has been the quality of food. Years ago, it was hardly fit to eat and came in a 3-tier tin that held the whole meal. You ate what you were given or went hungry. Either way, there never seemed to be enough. Today, we have more choice, and the quality has improved considerably. I could still find room for complaint. But when I think of the starving millions throughout the world, I give thanks for what I have and hold my tongue. But it has always baffled me why prisoners in England are not allowed to receive food parcels from outside, yet in Northern Ireland, they can receive as many as their friends care to send in. Entertainment is another area where things have changed. Today, we have music centres, radios, cassette players, and have communal television. Back in 1959, when I was in Wandsworth, you were not allowed a radio until you had served 4 years of your sentence. At weekends, we would have music played from a central radio and piped to loudspeakers on each wing, but we had no choice in what we had to listen to. Still, prisoners are resourceful if nothing else, and there was a good trade in homemade crystal sets made up from smuggled-in wires and crystals. They were tiny, and the reception had a habit of fading away in the middle of a talk or play, but they were better than nothing. One of my biggest regrets was that we didn't have the facilities to phone out on a regular basis, which meant that I was only able to telephone my parents on 2 occasions before they passed away. It would have been really nice to have had long conversations with my mother or father, but sadly it was not to be. Today, all prisons have telephones installed, and these are used with phone cards. Some prisons restrict the amount you can buy, while others allow the inmates to buy as many as they can afford. They have become as much a part of prison currency as tobacco. When I was at Blunderston, which had restricted cards, I would get extras by getting other inmates to supply me on credit. Later, I would have the money sent in, or paid to an address outside. There were never any problems, as my name guaranteed any credit given. In fact, to show how good my name is, shortly after arriving at Maidstone, I was given £60 worth of cards that had been sent down on credit from a friend in Blunderston. With this system, trust has to be earned, and I am proud that I have the confidence of others. Wages at the moment are minimal. Yet if they were paid what their day's labour is worth, it might allow them to put something aside for when they are released. At the moment, an inmate might spend a year in prison and go out of the gate with the paltry sum of £50 to survive on. Immediately, he is in dire straits, so he reoffends and is soon back inside. Also, a lot of unrest could be avoided if, like in Holland, Belgium, and Sweden, we were allowed conjugal visits, better amenities, and TV in our cells. Before anyone suggests that this would make an inmate's life too soft and almost worthwhile to be locked up for, consider the crime rate in the countries I have mentioned. I have studied the figures and can assure you they are far lower than in Britain, which speaks for itself. Strangely enough, I have observed a change for the worse in the way inmates dress over a period of 18 years. When I was on remand in Brixton Prison during 1968, I couldn't help but notice how well dressed the remanded prisoners were as they walked round and round in circles in the exercise yard. From Brixton, I was moved to Parkhurst on the Isle of Wight to begin my prison sentence. I served 18 years there until I was shifted to Wandsworth on what is called a laydown. It means you are banged up for 23 hours a day, 7 days a week. This is a punishment without reason, and even if you manage to force a reason out of the system, it makes no sense and is utter rubbish. I had to put up with that for a month before being taken to spend another month on the ground floor prison block. Pulling myself up by the bars, I looked out into the yard, and there were the remands. A different lot after 18 years, but still circling around and around, gone with the smart clothes and suits. In fact, the lot of them looked like tramps with their tatty jackets and scruffy shoes. I couldn't believe how things had changed so drastically from my days when a man was proud of his appearance. Apart from the loss of liberty, prison life can be very stressful. It increases paranoia and there can be symptoms of blushing up and feeling uncomfortable when an inmate is suddenly confronted by another, even if they are close friends. I am not sure what causes this, but I have suffered this myself on occasions. Claustrophobia is something else I have been a victim of, particularly when in a cell with a group of people. It usually helps if I strip to the waist and remember to keep calm. The cause may be due to all the time I have done inside, disorientation, or the fact that we all live on top of each other on a daily basis in this strange environment. It should be remembered that one is never, I repeat never, totally relaxed in a prison regime. One is always alert and partially tense when passing anyone on the staircase and yard or field. Each prisoner will quickly glance at the other, aware that some cons carry weapons and might be potentially violent. This weighing up of every situation eventually becomes second nature, and not to see the same degree of watchfulness in others can seem strange. An example of this came to me when I was returning to Parkhurst on the ferry after having been on a visit to see my brother Ronnie. I was inside the prison van, but because I needed to use the toilet, I had to be escorted in handcuffs to the toilet, situated in the bar area. I was chained to a screw, and no one seemed to notice. People were passing to and fro and locked in their own thoughts, without giving me or their fellow passengers a cursory glance. To me, this was totally alien, in that I noted their every movement. My visits to Ron take place every 3 or 4 months, and though the distance is shorter than it used to be, the journey is no less arduous. I am taken from Maidstone to Broadmoor in a Cat A security van and handcuffed on the 2-hour journey. I am not happy with this arrangement, for I would pose no threat of escape if they allowed me the small comfort of travelling in a car. But I have no control over how I am treated. My meeting with Ron takes place in a small private room and not in the main visiting room where most of the other patients get their visits, including the Yorkshire Ripper, Peter Sutcliffe. Ronnie hates him in particular because he is a cocky, arrogant man, so he arranged to have him stabbed. which was carried out successfully when another patient plunged a pen into his eye. I spend a lot of time in the gym, but when I'm in my cell, my exercise is less strenuous. 9 years ago, I taught myself yoga from books and papers, which I have found very beneficial for keeping me supple. The quiet exercises also give me time for contemplation, in which I analyze myself. One of my conclusions is how I have changed over the years. The most obvious to me is how I do not react to slight in the same way I did years ago. There are two reasons for this. One is that if I had not trained myself to be more tolerant of others, I would have constantly been in trouble, with the result that I would have ended up in Broadmoor or Rampton. The other is that I have learnt to express myself verbally. In my younger years, a word in the wrong place would mean a punch in the jaw for someone, and I have to admit I did get a kick out of it. But now, hating violence as I do, I prefer the more diplomatic response of talking out a problem. Apart from anything else, I suppose the passing of the years has brought about a certain mellowing in my aggression. A lot of people write to me, but it is difficult to reply to every letter I receive. They run into hundreds and have earned me the title of Censor's Nightmare. Many are from friends, but more are from total strangers offering their support in my plight against what they see as my unfair length of sentence. These supportive letters come not only from all parts of this country, but as far away as America, South Africa, and Australia. I am grateful for every one of them, but as it is physically impossible to answer all of them, I pass some on to other inmates so that they can contact the writers. It's amazing how many lonely people there are in the world today. This lends truth to the old adage that it is possible to be lonely even in a crowd. Sometimes I feel like the director of a Lonely Hearts Club, as I have introduced 3 or 4 pen pals who have gone on to marry each other. Weekly visits are something I look forward to, and I'm fortunate that many celebrities make the effort to come and see me. Some of them are from the world of boxing, like world champions John H. Stracey and John Conte. Until his death a few years ago, Jack Kid Berg, the world champion, often came to see me with my friend Alex Stain, the boxing promoter. Jack was a wonderful character and would amuse us by showing his skill at removing someone's wristwatch without them knowing it. There's always been speculation about a conflict between the Richardsons, Frankie Fraser, and the Krays, but recent newspaper reports of a visit to me by Charlie and Frank have hopefully put the matter to bed. I spent one of the best visiting periods with them I can remember. The sincerity and warmth of friendship was paramount as we laughed, joked, and talked of the past. These men have both got a great sense of humor, and I hope I meet them again soon under better circumstances. What of the future? I look forward to 1995, because there is a possibility that a date for my parole may be determined. On the other hand, I may get a knockback, but either way, I shall approach what lies ahead in the same way I did in the ring all those years ago. Get fit, get in the ring early, and get it over with as soon as possible. However uncertain the years ahead are, I can still plan what I will do on eventual release. One of these plans will be to buy a large house in the country, where any of my friends can stay if they wish to do so. Of course, that would depend on the cash situation at the time, for though it is generally thought that Ron and myself have unlimited capital, that is not the case. I won't deny that we have had considerable money in the past, but we've never been savers. And right at this moment, we are both broke. I have to say, I've enjoyed going through the memories of my past with you all. It has given me a chance to visualize old friends and family and walk down roads I have been prevented from doing due to my present incarceration. It has been an emotional journey peopled as it has been by so many who are no longer with us. It has made me realize what a waste the last 26 years have been, and the heartache it caused many, particularly my mother and father. Last night, I dreamt I was going to a drinking club. It was large and pale in color, but before entering, I paused and decided that instead I would spend the night in the company of my parents. In my mind, I approached their home in Valence Road, greatly excited to be seeing them again. Then reality caught up with me. I woke in my cell here at Maidstone feeling bitterly sad as the harsh fact swept over me that they are no longer with me. With a heavy heart, I rose in the cold light of morning, made my bed, and prepared myself for yet another day behind prison walls.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please join our Facebook group. It's called Krays Crime Lords of London. We're a friendly moderated group with over 1,000 Kray and other celebrated gangster videos available for view. There's also thousands of images in the photos sections. The link for the group is in the YouTube description section. I hope we see you there soon.
Leave a like and subscribe.